Warm wishes, my dear students. I am your science teacher, Little Flower. Likes to share some important and interesting facts about the lesson fluid today. Before to continue our lesson, let me give today's thought. Be kind, work hard, stay humble. Really, if you follow these 3 golden rules in your life, then you are the successful person in this competitive world. Okay, ma? Shall we move on to the topics? In this fluid lesson, here are the topics we are going to learn today. Thrust and pressure, pressure in fluids and liquids, factors determining liquid pressure in liquids, pressure due to a liquid column, atomic pressure, and measurement of atomic pressure. Okay, students. Now we are going to define pressure. The force per unit area acting on an object is called pressure. Pressure can be written as thrust by area of contact. See the picture shown here. It clearly says about for the same given force, if the area is large, pressure is low, and vice versa. Yes, students. Now we will see the unit of pressure. The unit of pressure is Newton per square meter or Newton meter power minus 2. In Pascal, 1 Newton per square meter is called 1 Pascal. Pascal is denoted as PA. Therefore, 1 PA, which is equal to 1 Newton meter power minus 2. Pressure in fluids and liquids. Fluid pressure is written as total force exerted by the fluid by area over which the force is extracted. This can be written as capital F by capital A. Then pressure due to liquids. The force exerted due to the pressure of a liquid on a body submerged in it and on the walls of the container is always perpendicular to the surface. In figure A, we can see the pressure acting on all sides of the vessel. Then when an air-filled balloon is immersed inside the water in a vessel, it immediately comes up and floats on water. This shows the water exerts pressure in the upward directions. It is shown in the figure B. Similarly, liquid pressure acts in lateral sides also. When a bottle having water is pierced on the sides, can we see water comes out with the speed as in figure C. This is because liquid exerts lateral pressure on the walls the container. Factors determining liquid pressure in liquids. Dear students, we have already defined our pressure. Now we are going to see the factors which will give impact on pressure. Yes, the first one is depth, that is H. The second one is density of the liquid, that is rho. The third one is acceleration due to gravity, that is G. Now we will see the explanation of the pressure which are shown in the slide. Take a large plastic can, punch holes with a nail in the vertical line on the sides of the can as shown in the figure. Then fill the can with water. The water may just dribble out from the top hole, but with increased speed at the bottom holes, as depth causes the water to squirt out with more pressure. From this activity, we can infer that pressure varies as depth increases, but it is same at a particular depth independent of the directions. For the second picture, Take two liquids of different densities, say water and oil, to a same level in two plastic containers. Make holes in the two containers at the same level. What do you see? It can be seen the water is squirting out with more pressure than oil. This indicates that pressure depends on density of the liquid. For the factor acceleration due to gravity, our household water tank is the best example. Pressure due to a liquid column. A tall beaker is filled with liquid so that it forms a liquid column. The area of cross section at the bottom is capital A. The density of the liquid is rho. The height of the liquid column is h. In other words, the depth of the water from the top level surface is h, which is shown in the picture. We know that the the force F, which is equal to m into A, mass into acceleration. Here we take the acceleration due to gravity. So here A is replaced by G. So the first equation is F equal to m into G. Then substitute the mass by rho into V. Mark this is equation number 2. Then here V is the volume of the liquid column. Then substitute the V value, volume of the liquid, as A into H, capital A into H. Then substitute equation 3 in equation number 2. That is small m, which is equal to rho into A into H. This is equation number 4. Then substitute equation number 4 in equation number 1. So force F, which is equal to m into G, that is equal to rho into A into H into G. Then finally we get the pressure P equal to thrust by area, that is F by A, which is equal to mg by A, that is also equal to rho A H into G by A. So A get cancelled. So we get pressure P, which is equal to rho into H into G. This expression shows that pressure in a liquid column is determined by depth, density of the liquid and the acceleration due to gravity. Atmospheric pressure. Dear students, now we will see how pressure plays an important role in our atmosphere. Earth is surrounded by a layer of air up to certain height, nearly 300 km, and this layer of air around the earth is called atmosphere of the earth. Since air occupies space and has weight, it also exerts pressure. This pressure is called atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure we normally refer in the air pressure at sea level. That means air gets thinner with increasing altitude. Hence, the atmospheric pressure decreases as we go up in mountains. On the other hand, air gets heavier as we go down below sea level like mines. I think now you clearly understand this. Measurement of atmospheric pressure. The instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure is called barometer. A mercury barometer first designed by an Italian physicist, Torricelli. Yes, the legend Torricelli's picture is shown in our slide too. Now we will see how Torricelli measured the atmospheric pressure by this instrument. That instrument consists of a long glass tube filled with mercury and turned upside down into a container of mercury. This is done by closing the open end of the mercury filled tube with a thumb and then opening it after immersing it into the trough of mercury. The barometer works by balancing the mercury in the glass tube against the outside air pressure. If the air pressure increases, it pushes more of the mercury up into the tub, and if the air pressure decreases, more of the mercury drains from the tube, as there is no air trapped in the space between mercury and the closed end. There is vacuum in that space. Vacuum cannot exert any pressure, so the level of mercury in the tube provides a precise measure of air pressure, which is called atmospheric pressure. This type of instrument can be used in a lab or weather station. My dear students, that's all the topics we have covered today. The following 3 questions are for your assignment and the Saturday test too. As usual, write your assignment in your notebook. Also, prepare well for our Saturday test too. Thank you. Have a blessed day.